Warm greetings to our colleagues at the Qigong International Conference. My name is Dr. Colleen McMillan, and I want to send out my very warmest wishes to a very successful conference. I would very much like to be there with you right now. My colleague who developed the app with me, Mr. Tony Tin, and I are actually in Hong Kong, and we're doing a presentation on our wellness app at the M Library Conference. So hence the video introduction of both myself and my colleague Tony, as well as the app. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to briefly speak to you about some of the research that went behind the development of our app, and then Tony's going to give you an actual demonstration. So starting with an evidence-based perspective, we know that physical exercise or physical activity is strongly correlated to two things. One is mental health as a protective factor of our aging brain, and the second one is longevity. We know that exercise is appropriate regardless of one's age or where they are along the life cycle, and it has many, many benefits. Unfortunately, as we age, exercise becomes less central in our lives, and it kind of goes by the wayside. We also know that as little as 15 minutes of non-aerobic and low-impact exercise can act as a protective factor in the aging process. And this in turn also protects or promotes a healthy brain. What exercise does is promote neuroplasticity. And basically what that means, it builds new neural pathways into our brain. And this acts as a protective factor in the aging process. What happens with neuroplasticity is that it is built within the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain that's responsible for memory. We also know that exercise reduces a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is released into our body when we become stressed. And doing an exercise like Qigong relaxes us, it reduces the stress, and it reduces the release of the cortisol chemical into our body. Studies also show that when there has been atrophy of the hippocampus, it is one of the first signs of diseases such as Alzheimer's. So we want to do whatever we can to protect that part of the brain. Exercise also increases our cardiovascular system, and what it does, it reduces the plaque buildup in our veins. And when we have plaque buildup, we get into more serious consequences such as stroke and a heart attack, but we also get into impaired activity of the brain. So again, going back to something that's gentle for an exercise, that's low impact, with the emphasis on breathing, is perfect for really having a healthy brain as we age. The other thing about physical activity is that it's related to the dominant hemisphere of the brain, and that's the part of the brain that remembers things like sequential tasks, such as following a series of exercise movements, and this is again reflected in the Qigong exercise. So one more point I'm going to make is that when we do physical exercise on a daily basis, it also increases our quality of sleep. Quality of sleep is really important because it allows us to enter that deeper stage of sleep called REM, rapid eye movement. When we can achieve that stage, it does relate to us consolidating memories better, again in the hippocampus. So I guess my point is all these things are very interrelated and support each other. What Tony, my colleague, and I have developed is the very first mobile exercise app that features the gentle exercise, Chinese exercise of Qigong. And this means with the app that you can do this exercise anywhere and anytime. There is a lot of literature and research studies done on the health benefits of Qigong, but up to now there has been no mobile device that features these exercises, which is really critical for the market. The other thing that we have developed on our app is that it links the exercising of Qigong to one's mental health. And Tony will explain this to you when he does the demonstration. But this is important because it will give you clear, accurate, and in-the-moment kind of baseline of the link between your mood and the exercise of Qigong. So with the kind permission of Master Ho, our app features the stretching, the breathing, and the lifting exercises demonstrated by Master Ho, combined with the daily mood record that I just mentioned. And what I would like to do now is to hand the presentation over to my colleague, Tony Tin.
The mobile Qigong app is a partnership with the Canadian Chinese Health Qigong Association. It explores the use of mobile technology as a tool for delivering health and wellness information. It reminds users to do simple Qigong exercise that can be done anytime and anywhere. This application will operate under the iOS platform and run on the iPhone or iPad device. This app is unique in the sense that it is the first Renaissance mobile wellness app. The app also has pre and post evaluation to rate the mood. 4 smiley faces represent different moods. The app has 8 short exercise sets, including beginning and the end. The user can select and follow a front or back wheel to do the exercise. It has a post-evaluation to rate the mood after finish the exercise. The pre and post evaluation results are presented in the user record or the calendar. In the calendar, user will be able to check down their cumulative exercise time and mood with the calendar. It also has some unique feature in the setting. For example, a reminder tool. User can set reminders for practice. Example, every hour or every day at 9 a.m. or 12 p.m. It also have audio features at the beginning and end of each section. A reminder chime will sound. The audio sound of the application can be switched on and off by the user. The app is now available at the Apple iTunes Store now. Please go and download the app.